All right. Welcome again to another day to our discussions. This is the MR.NOLDS organization. And today we're going to be talking briefly for 30 minutes. We're going to be talking on presentation. First impressions, right? It's all that matters. When a person first see you, most of the time, whatever they see, whether the way you dress, how you're talking, how you're walking, they will take that and walk with it, even though it's not how you normally are. Mm-hmm. So, for example, if one day, one of my pet peeves, I used to do it, but now I really don't like it. For example, if I'm going, and I think we have someone today that's like, yeah, we have 2 in the room, or maybe 3. Hold on. Ladies, is okay to do it. We have 4. So typically I used to do it, and the thing is walking outside your house with flip-flops, sandals. A lot of time we want to be comfortable when we're at our house. We wear our flip-flops, we wear our sandals, we wear, everybody do it. But so at first, when it was brought to my attention, I'm like, yo, bro, what's wrong with that? Like, I'm just being comfortable and I'm not doing nothing too serious. If I got to rush to Publix, well, I got to throw on some sneakers. Or if I'm going to the corner store, I throw on some sneakers. But it's a form of presentation. Go ahead.
I feel like it just depends on where you at. Like,
okay, depends on where you at. Okay, so on this wall somewhere, there's a word. I highlight on it, protocol. You see that word right here, protocol? That means he makes a great point. He's like, based on where you're at, every environment, right, has a protocol. Protocol meaning like the standard or the way of doing something within a certain area. There are certain things like sandals. If you're in your house, you about to take a shower, it's fine to wear some sandals, you get me? But if you're going to the mall, like nowadays, I know y'all seen it, you go to the mall, you see people in there flip-flops and like there's no protocol. Knowing that we're in the United States of America, we don't deal with racism to the degree that they deal with it up north. Being in Miami, we have that luxury. We don't deal with racism that much, even though we do. But if you move up north, those people up north are dealing with racism. Like, bro, you could ask the average black person that live up north, they're like, yeah. Like maybe like once a week or even once a month, they're dealing with some sort of racism. But with us, even though we don't deal with racism on that much, on that high of a level, we still deal with it. But a lot of times we have something about us or what we're doing that brings that attention to us. So for example, earlier we were talking about hair. One of the guys in the room showed us his hair. It was like porcupines. Like they were sticking up so imagine someone from a white community, not even white community, because even Hispanics sometimes look down upon us blacks. I've faced more racism from a Hispanic than a white person. So it's not really a color thing or like where we from thing. Sometimes it's just based on like, how you carry yourself. And sometimes even being in your house. Because being raised, I was raised around a lot of women. I have like 2 sisters, a mom, of course, and different cousins and all that. Now, being young, I didn't know better. Like my cousins and sisters, like they'll walk around in their little things and bras and stuff like that. But you see, there's even a protocol to that. Even though we're brothers and ain't nothing funny gonna happen. But still, like, around, if you're in your house, I understand you're in your room, you could be in your little, what they call it? What y'all girls be wearing to go to sleep? Boy shorts, all that stuff. But if you have a brother, a cousin in the house, you ain't just gonna come out with he blood, it don't matter. No. It don't work like that. It don't work like that because it's a sign of respect. Even if the guy don't say nothing, it's a sign of respect. And also, you hear a lot of cases, especially with in-laws. Like before that girl get touched by her stepdad or whoever, which is wrong. Like, you know, sometimes like you was dressing a certain way around the house, and then, you know, he had already like a bad eye, and that you kept tempting him, and then he touched. So we want to be careful. Like, even yes, you're in the comfort of your own home. If you're a young lady and there's men in the home, you don't want to just step out your room revealing, even if it's quote unquote family. Same thing with a guy. Like, yo, don't just come out your room with your boxers and you just slinging all over like, yeah, that's just my sister, bro. We ain't looking at it like that. No, it's the respect. I'm gonna speak to the men, and there's a part I want to highlight. We do not want to step out our house with flip-flops. Like, it's just a bad look. Flip-flops, when you come outside your house, socks and flip-flops, it's a sign like laziness. It's a sign like, yo, like you don't really care about life. Like you're not really put together. And you can be like, man, I don't care. But you do not know who's watching you and what that can get you into. If you know you have a target on your back, you don't do more to add to that target. Like, we come outside our house, our pants sagging below our waist. You know, we got a hoodie on. We got some flip-flops on. Imagine those people that's not from your culture, what they thinking. Like, people from our culture might be like, yeah, you know, that's just kid from around the way. But someone that's not from your culture, whether someone Hispanic, white, Asian, Chinese, whatever other ethnicities, they're not gonna think it's cool. They ain't gonna be like, yo, they're gonna judge you off the bat, like, yo, he's a hoodlum. Yo, that's how all the thugs look. Yo, that's how, you get me? Same thing with the hair. Like, I know a lot of parents from the Caribbean, they stress the hair. Like, yo, the moment your hair gets a certain level, yo, chop it. Go to the point. I remember when I was growing up, my older brother had dreads, and my dad hated dreads, and he grew it without my dad's permission. And my dad said, I got something for you. So my dad waited till he was asleep one night, and my dad came with a scissor and just grabbed a bunch and just yapped it. Even though that was to the extreme, that was because my dad is an immigrant coming from Haiti to here. He understood that, hey, like, we already have a target on our backs. We are trying to be in this country. We're trying to lay low and do what we got to do to make something for ourselves. Having dreads is not like you're a bad person. It's not like you're going to hell. Like, dreads does not mean that. But a lot of young people or cultured, the way they like to keep the dreads is the problem. And now, I know for those who probably not familiar with Miami or Florida, there's such thing called dukes. No, there's wicks and there's dukes.
And there's dukes, yeah.
Dukes is the one where it's like one big one, and it just stick to the top. Some of them be looking like whoever watched. I don't know if y'all have watched The Simpsons. It looked like Sideshow Bob. So it's like one here, one to the side going this way, one going this way.
There be some like 4.
Yeah, some have 4. It's called dukes.
It look like
we will put some pictures for those who are going to watch the video of what dukes are. So I know we have the freedom, the liberty to do whatever we want to do, but there's a verse in the Bible that says, you know, we're not going to use our freedom to just do what we want to do. Now, I've spoken a lot about the young men, but the young ladies. Now, I hear all the time from the young ladies, oh my God, like, the guys that are attracted to me, they no good, they bad, like, all men are dogs, this and this, all type of, y'all hear all type of stuff. But those are the same young ladies that they dress in a way where it's like, how can you attract better? So for example, if you're on social media and you're presenting yourself in a way like, hey, I'm available. And what I mean by available, I'm not talking about single. Available meaning you're ready to get down. You can't be dressed a certain way and wanting to attract something different. Now, there's nobody that's hating on nobody, because sometimes you be like, yo, you hating. Yo, be cute. But there's a way you could be cute while presenting yourself in a very respectable way.
But just within like Caucasians, whites, like you brought up Aventura Mall, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of people who I see, like regular people, they dress in a presentable way where they wear flip flops, not with the socks though, but just with bare feet, like how he got it. And it just be, I feel like in a way, I feel like that's straight, you know, in a way.
Okay.
So probably if I come out the house.
I'm glad you said
Nah,
that.
it's different though.
Go ahead.
Nah, because I noticed that because I be seeing like people in different races, they wear shoes like that.
Like polos, little shorts.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the
Yeah, but
different
listen to what you said.
But nah,
What type of sandals too?
Okay.
it's a type of sandal.
Yeah.
The
Now let's go
that
back.
he wears like a V.
Okay.
But don't say
You had a great point because we just started back recording. You said when it comes to like sandals, him going to Aventura Mall, he noticed like there's different groups of people, not black necessarily, that wear sandals and it's presentable. You say, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now that's why you have to be mindful in life because there are certain cultures, they do certain things and it's acceptable, right? So, for example, what he was speaking about, like the thong sandals. So sometimes we'll see Caucasian, and I've seen a lot of Hispanics do it as well.
Yeah.
They'll have a nice thong sandals. You want your feet to be done if you're gonna do it. And like you said, I didn't have to say it. They'll normally wear that with a polo and some nice polo shorts. So you see that outfit goes together. Now, when you have a t-shirt, a regular t-shirt, and you have jeans on, and you have not thong sandals, you have like rubber sandals, that's where the discretion or the the problem comes up.
Yeah, because you have to take accountability to the stigma already placed on
Yes.
the style. Like,
Because there's a
it's
stigma,
placed on
there's a
everything.
there's a stigma that's Art Stein, your voice. There's a stigma that's already there. There's a stigma that's already there, and like I said, we have a target. Just for example, the Hispanics, they have their own stigma, so they have to be mindful of the stigma that's in the Hispanic community. Asian, they have a stigma. Every group you can say have a stigma, so you have to be aware of the stigma, and not just fall into it. Because if you do fall into it, you will have a bigger target on your back. One of the best thing I've heard is dress not for where you are, but dress for where you want to go. Before I made the transition, of course, like if I'm out, I dress comfortable like this, streetwear and stuff like that. But when I'm out, I like to dress up a little bit, especially if I'm going like to church, a business meeting, and things like that. I make sure to wear a button up. Sometimes I wear a tie, sometimes I even wear a suit. I do that because of the image I want them to see. Because I learned that when I was in my business program, every Friday we had to wear like long, and this was in high school, we had to wear like a long sleeve shirt. We didn't have to wear a tie at that time. And every time I would wear, like I would dress up on Fridays, and we did it for sports too, for those who play sports. If you play basketball, football, whatever, during game day you had to come dress up. But me, I did it more because I was in the business program as well. I would notice the way I was treated was totally different. And this was in high school. Like my teachers would treat me different. Like they would speak to me different. Even my peers, they spoke to me and acted different when I was dressed up. I don't know. It just brings a sense of, I don't know, you respect yourself. You're professional. Now, do I say, do you dress up every day in a suit and tie? And no. But you want to keep that in the back of your mind. The way you carry yourself is how you're going to be treated. Some people may not care, but especially in today's society, it is very, very, very important. Like, do not complain as a young lady that you got all these dudes that just want you for sex if you dress revealing. as a guy, do not complain that you're stereotyped if you got, you know, like your hair is, it seems like you don't take care of your hair, you're sagging your pants, and all sorts of other stigmas. Like, so don't complain about it. Because a lot of times we complain and we expect the people to change the way they think, but really, it's you. You have to change. If you don't want those stigmas attached to you, just make a change.